धन्यवाद चंद्र जी। दिमत भाई इलब है।
जय श्री कृष्ण। संगीत के शौकीन हैं, ये यमन कल्याण राग पर है।
मंगल दिए जलाऊं, मैं तेरा ध्यान लगाऊं, कुछ ऐसा कर दिखाना, कुछ ऐसा कर दिखाना, राधा जैसे बन जाऊं, मैं मंगल दीप जलाऊं, मैं तेरा ध्यान लगाऊं, कुछ ऐसा कर दिखाना, राधा जैसे बन जाऊं। वीरान से लगन लगा दे, भक्ति के पथ पर लाग, मेरा से लगन लगा दे, भक्ति के पथ पर लाग, तो प्रेम का सागर बन जाए, मैं लहर लहर खो जाऊं, मैं लहर लहर खो जाऊं, मैं मंगल दीप जलाऊं, मैं तेरा ध्यान लगाऊं, कुछ ऐसा कर दिखाना, राधा जैसी बन जाऊं। वरदान मिले जो तेरा, मिट जाए घोर अंधेरा, वरदान मिले जो तेरा मिट जाए घोर अंधेरा, चरणों में तेरे मैं बैठूं, तेरी जोत में मैं रंग जाऊं, चरणों में तेरे मैं बैठूं, तेरी जोत में मैं रंग जाऊं, मैं मंगल दीप जलाऊं, मैं तेरा ध्यान लगाऊं, कुछ ऐसा कर दे कान्हा, राधा जैसे बन जाऊं, राधा जैसे बन जाऊं, राधा जैसे बन जाऊं।
धन्यवाद दीमत भाई 11। मैं ऐसा बोलूंगा कि वी आर वेरी फॉर्चुनेट कि आज हमारे साथ माधुर्या जी इंडिया से ज्वाइन किया है उन्होंने। माधुर्या जी राधे राधे।
श्री राधे, आप सबको वृंदावन धाम से मेरा प्रणाम।
हमारा कोटि कोटि प्रणाम आपको। रितु जी आप इन्हें इंट्रोड्यूस करवाएंगे, क्योंकि मुझे जैसे आपने बताया इनका नाम और पता है थोड़ा सा, लेकिन आप इनको इंट्रोड्यूस करवाइए रितु जी।
माधुर्य लीला को तो इंट्रोड्यूस करना बहुत ही मुश्किल है, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही ठाकुर जी के करीब हैं और श्री जी के बहुत करीब हैं, और तभी इनको वृंदावन वास मिला है। ये ओरिजिनली बॉम्बे से हैं, लेकिन इन्होंने MBA हैं, प्रोफेसर रही हैं, सब कुछ छोड़ के त्याग के इतनी छोटी उम्र में, ये बहुत छोटी हैं अभी, पता नहीं 20 या 22 साल की होंगी, मुझे तो इनकी एज भी नहीं पता, छोटी सी बच्ची हैं, सब छोड़ के वृंदावन में आके बैठ गई हैं कि मुझे सिर्फ ठाकुर जी के करीब जाना है। और इनका 8-9 साल से ये सेवा में लगी हुई हैं, और एवरीडे मैं इनकी कथा सुनती हूँ। इनका फेसबुक लाइव चलता है मॉर्निंग में 6:30 पे है यहाँ के टाइम के हिसाब से, आई थिंक 6 AM का मॉर्निंग का इनका होता है सेक्शन एवरीडे इंडिया में लाइव। और शी इज़ अ पब्लिक फिगर, लेकिन बिल्कुल डाउन टू अर्थ है। और ठाकुर जी की कृपा से मुझे इनसे मेरी मुलाकात अभी तक नहीं हुई है, बस फेसबुक और व्हाट्सएप के थ्रू मैं इनसे बात करती हूँ। इन्होंने ही मुझे 2 साल पहले, जब हमारा ये लॉकडाउन शुरू हुआ था, मेरी इनसे जान पहचान हुई, और इनके थ्रू मुझे ठाकुर जी और श्री जी वृंदावन से मेरे पास आए हैं। और वो भी ऐसे कि मेरे मन में वो इच्छा हुई कि मेरे पास सिर्फ ठाकुर जी हैं, श्री जी नहीं हैं, और मुझे श्री जी चाहिए, और मन में इच्छा हुई, और यहाँ इनका मैसेज आया 1 हफ्ते के बाद कि मैं आपके लिए कुछ भेजना चाहती हूँ, और इन्होंने मेरे ठाकुर जी और श्री जी को भेजा। तब से मैं 2 साल से मैं भी सेवा में लगी हुई हूँ, तो काफ़ी इंस्पायर्ड हूँ इनसे। और मेरी बस यही कोशिश थी कि हम अमेरिका में बैठे हैं, इंडिया नहीं जा पाते हैं, तो हमको भी ऐसा कोई सोर्स मिले, जैसे माधुर्य लीला जैसा अमेरिका में बैठे हुए, कि वृंदावन से बैठे हुए हम उनकी वाणी सुने। और ये कथा करती हैं, बहुत सुंदर और इतनी इंस्पायरिंग कथा करती हैं, पॉजिटिव बातें साथ में बताती हैं कि उससे मेरा तो लाइफ चेंज हो गया है। तो मुझे लगा कि मैं इनको यहाँ इंट्रोड्यूस करूँ, तो मेरी यही कोशिश है कि हम सभी इसका फ़ायदा उठाएं अमेरिका में बैठ के। तो माधुर्य लीला मैं तो ज़्यादा नहीं बोल पा रही हूँ, क्योंकि तारीफ़ करने के बहुत कम शब्द मिल रहे हैं मुझे, लेकिन आप अपने आप को थोड़ा इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हो।
धन्यवाद रितु जी।
ज्ञान अंजन शिलाख्या चक्षुरुं मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोविष्ठापितामिनं भूतले सेवं गदामिहं गदाति सप्रदान्तिकम्। First of all, I thank everybody for bringing me live over here, because it means a lot. I think the ultimate purpose of every being, be it you or me, हम सबका जन्म हुआ है, और इसका क्या कारण है, we should know that, right? अगर हमारे पास कुछ है, we should know हमारे पास वो क्यों है चीज। तो ये जीवन की जो वास्तविक सफलता है, इफ आई मे से, ये मेरी मान्यता नहीं है, हमारे शास्त्र, सनातन शास्त्र ये कहते हैं कि जीवन सार्थक तेने कियो जिन प्रेम प्रभु संग कियो। जिसने ठाकुर जी से प्रेम किया उसी ने अपना जीवन सार्थक किया। तो पहले तो ऋतुबेन मेरा ऐसे मानना है कि जैसी दृष्टि वैसी सृष्टि। आई एम एब्सोल्युटली नथिंग। आपने बहुत बड़ा बड़ा के बोला, थैंक यू, बट आई एम जस्ट एन ऑर्डिनरी गर्ल एंड थैंक यू फॉर योर जेनरोसिटी एंड आई thank everybody for bringing me live over here today. um, so the reason, if you asked me to introduce myself, my name is Madhurya Leela. Originally my name was Madhu, बट मेरे गुरुदेव ने दीक्षा के बाद, हमारे इसमें परंपरा है कि नाम बदल जाता है, सो माय नेम चेंज्ड टू माधुर्य लीला आफ्टर आई गॉट इनिशिएटेड अराउंड 6 years बैक। एंड राधा रानी की बहुत कृपा है कि इस पतित को उसने वृंदावन वास दिया है, और यही प्रार्थना है कि राधा रानी अब अंतिम सांस भी अब वृंदावन में ही लूं, ये राधा रानी मुझ पे कृपा करें। सो अरुण भैया, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर bringing me live over here today. अरुण भैया।
मैं तो आप में जो है एक अलग ही रूप देख रहा हूँ भगवान का। तो बहुत खुशी हुई आपसे मिलके, चाहे जूम पे ही मिले, लेकिन बहुत खुशी हुई है मुझे।
मुझे भी आप
तो
सबसे मिलके बहुत अच्छा लगा।
तो कोई भी अगर आप एक छोटा सा भजन हमारे जो है सत्संग के लिए यहाँ सुना सकते तो बहुत अच्छा होगा। फिर उसके बाद डॉक्टर कपाड़िया आएंगे तो हम उनको सुनेंगे।
जी जी। हमारे बरसाना धाम की महिमा अनंत है। ब्रज 84 कोस में नंदगांव, बरसाना, गोकुल सब कुछ आता है। लेकिन बरसाना धाम की महिमा अनंत है। अब ब्रज 84 कोस में 3 पर्वत हैं जो ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश के प्रतीक हैं। ब्रह्मा जी श्री बरसाना धाम में गो पर्वत का रूप धारण किए हुए हैं। श्री महादेव हमारे शिव शंभु नंदगांव में पर्वत का रूप धारण किए हुए हैं, और हमारा जो गोवर्धन है वो साक्षात भगवान श्री कृष्ण है, विष्णु है। तो बरसाना धाम की महिमा इतनी अनंत है कि यहाँ जब श्याम सुंदर को राधा रानी से मिलना होता था, तो श्याम सुंदर राधा रानी से मिलने के लिए बरसाना चले जाते थे। और ये तो आपने सुना होगा, बरसा नंदगांव का छोरा है, बरसाने की छोरी है। तो ऐसे ही बरसाना धाम के बहुत दिग्गज संत हैं। उन्होंने एक 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 गीत लिखा, एक भजन लिखा, जो मैं अपने क्षमा करें वो, अगर कुछ मुझसे अपराध बने तो मैं वो आपको गा के सुनाती हूँ। बरसाना धाम की महिमा के विषय में उन्होंने वो गाया है। राधा रानी। मेरो मन लग्यो बरसाने में, जहाँ बिराजे राधा रानी। मेरो मन लग्यो बरसाने में, जहाँ बिराजे राधा रानी। मन हट्यो दुनियादारी से, मन हट्यो दुनियादारी से, जहाँ बहे खारा पानी। हो मेरो मन लग्यो बरसाने में, जहाँ बिराजे राधा रानी। मेरो मन लग्यो बरसाने में, जहाँ बिराजे राधा रानी। मुझे दुनिया से नहीं कोई काम, मुझे दुनिया से नहीं कोई काम। मैं तो रटूं श्री राधा राधा नाम, मैं तो रटूं श्री राधा राधा नाम। दर्शन करूं सुबह हो शाम, मैं तो दर्शन करूं सुबह हो शाम। जहाँ बिराजे राधा श्यामा प्यारी, मनो मन लग्यो बरसान। श्री राधे, नहीं एक सेकंड, श्री राधे। मेरो मन लग्यो बरसाने में, जहाँ बिराजे राधा रानी। मेरो मन लग्यो बरसाने में, जहाँ बिराजे राधा रानी। श्री राधे गोपाल भज मन, श्री राधे। श्री राधे गोपाल भज मन, श्री राधे। श्री राधे जयो जयो 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 राधे। श्री राधे गोपाल भज मन, श्री राधे। श्री राधे गोपाल भज मन, श्री राधे। वृंदावन की कुंज गलिन में, वृंदावन की कुंज गलिन में, बंसी बजाए नंदलाल भज मन, श्री राधे। बंसी बजाए गोपाल भज मन, श्री राधे। श्री राधे गोपाल भज मन, श्री राधे। श्री राधे गोपाल भज मन, श्री राधे।
माधुर्य जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद
जी।
रितु जी, आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
मेरा धन्यवाद नहीं है, ठाकुर जी का ही धन्यवाद कीजिए। उन्होंने
वो तो
मुझे एक माध्यम बना दिया माधुर्य लीला का नाम फॉरवर्ड करने के लिए, बस और कुछ नहीं किया मैंने। सब क्वालिटी नहीं की है।
वो तो भगवान की मर्जी से सब काम होते हैं। ठीक है,
मैं अपने
भावना जी।
फ़ायदा देख रही हूँ कि यहाँ आए तो हम सब लोग फ़ायदा उठाएं माधुरी लीला का, की क्लासेस हों यहाँ पे। ये फेसबुक में आप देखिएगा, मैंने लिंक शेयर किया है। इनकी कथाएं
हाँ,
चल रही हैं अभी,
देखा मैंने।
116 पता नहीं कौन सा डे चल रहा है इनका। भागवत महापुराण का चल रहा है, साथ में ये और भी संतों की कथाएं करती रहती हैं। तो आप सब लोग देखिएगा, ज्वाइन
ठीक है,
कीजिए।
तो हम लोग कमिटी वालों को पता है, भावना जी को पता है, तो हम लोग कुछ प्लान करेंगे इनके साथ आगे काम करने का।
हरे कृष्णा।
ठीक है, ठीक है माधुर्य जी,
और
राधे।
अरुण जी,
हाँ जी,
जतिन कपाडिया जी आ गए हैं,
हाँ जी, मैंने देखा। हाँ जी,
तो हाँ।
शुरू करवाइए उनसे।
अच्छा,
कपाड़िया साहब प्रणाम, जय श्री कृष्णा।
Hari Om, Hari Om. We still have 2-3 minutes if you want to have a little bhajan.
ओके ओके,
Okay.
तो नाइस टू
Alright.
सी यू, बहुत दिनों बाद मिले आज।
Right.
अरुण जी,
हाँ
मुझे
जी,
ये मालूम था कि वो माधुरी जी जो वो आ रही हैं,
हाँ
पर
जी,
मैं बिकॉज ये मधुराष्टकम के ऊपर आज बोलने वाले थे डॉक्टर कपाडिया, तो मैंने वैसे ही भजन राधा का ही खोल के रखा हुआ था। तो अगर आप कहें तो
प्लीज
प्लीज
हाँ जी,
प्लीज,
हाँ जी,
जरूर।
मुझे नहीं मालूम था कि आज वहां से ही आने वाले हैं, वृंदावन से। वो ठीक। राधे तू बड़ भागिनी, कौन तपस्या की, तीन लोक के नाथ को अपने ही वश की। राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने मेरे डोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने मेरे डोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल। श्री बरसानो धाम रंगीनो, श्री बरसानो धाम रंगीनो, धाम रंगीनो ब्रज धाम रंगीनो, राधे है अनमोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल। ब्रह्माचल पर्वत बनवायो, ब्रह्माचल पर्वत बनवायो, राधे करत की डोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल। ब्रज की कलिया में मोहन खेले, ब्रज की कलिया में मोहन खेले, मोहन खेले सांवरिया खेले, और ग्वालन की डोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में डोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल। और ऊपर नित्य रहूं लटकाए, अपनी बनमाल का फूल बना दे, लहरें टकराती रहे जिससे उस यमुना जी का फूल बना दे, कर कंज से थामती हो जिसको, उस वृक्ष कदम्ब का मूल बना दे, पद पंकज तेरे छुएंगे कभी, ब्रज रानी हमें ब्रज दूत बना दो, राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने मेरे डोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में डोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में डोल के मुख से राधे राधे बोल। बोल बांके बिहारी
हरि लाल की जय। धन्यवाद चंद्र जी।
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरं। हरि ओम। Yeah, I will the next one. Yeah, okay, all right. So let's sing first. So we can all sing together as long as we are on mute. We'll sing slightly differently. After every 2 lines, we will sing the top line, which is in blue. I will sing first, so you know what it is, and Lakshmi will sing with me. Govind Hare, Gopal Hare, Nandalal Hare, Shri Krishna Hare. Adaram Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram Hradayam Madhuram Gamanam Madhuram Madhuradipate Rakilam Madhuram Govinda Hare Gopal Hare Nandalal Hare Shri Krishna Hare Vachanam Madhuram Charitam Madhuram Vasanam Madhuram Valitam Madhuram Chalitam Madhuram Brahmitam Madhuram Madhuradipate Rakilam Madhuram Govinda Hare Gopal Hare Nandalal Hare Shri Krishna Hare Venur Madhuro Renur Madhura Panir Madhura Padau Madhurau Nrutyam Madhuram Sakyam Madhuram Madhuradipate Rakilam Madhuram Govinda Hare Gopal Hare Nandalal Hare Shri Krishna Hare Geetam Madhuram Pitam Madhuram Bhuktam Madhuram Suktam Madhuram Rupam Madhuram Tilakam Madhuram Madhuradipaterakhilam madhuram Govinda Hare Gopala Hare Nandalal Hare Shri Krishna Hare Karanam Madhuram Taranam Madhuram Haranam Madhuram Smaranam Madhuram Vamitam Madhuram Shamitam Madhuram Madhuradipaterakilam Madhuram Govinda Hare Gopala Hare Nandalal Hare Shri Krishna Hare Gunja Madhura Mala Madhura Yamuna Madhura Vichi Madhura Salilam Madhuram Kamalam Madhuram Madhuradipaterakilam Madhuram Govinda Hare Gopala Hare Nandalal Hare Shri Krishna Hare Gopi Madhura Leela Madhura Yuktam Madhuram Muktam Madhuram Drishtam Madhuram Shishtam Madhuram Madhuradipaterakilam Madhuram Govinda Hare Gopala Hare Nandalal Hare Shri Krishna Hare Gopa Madhura Gavo Madhura Yashtir Madhura Srushtir Madhura Dalitam Madhuram Falitam Madhuram Madhuradipaterakilam Madhuram Govinda Hare Gopala Hare Nandalal Hare Shri Krishna Hare. Okay, so we are going to talk about today Madhurashtakam. And let's have some introduction. What is this all about? So this was the 15th century, and Yoga Narayana was a very religious Brahmin in Banaras. And he used to, some big bhakta, they talk to the Lord. And that is one of the 9 ways of doing or having the relationship with the Lord. And we will also talk about that in a few minutes. So Yoga Narayana was talking to Lord Krishna, and he promised that I will have a birth in your family, I will be born again, and provided your family performs 100 Soma Yagna. That is the way it used to be when Karma Yoga was only included. In it was only included yagnas. Of course, Lord Krishna changed it completely, and he changed the definition of Karma Yoga. But that was the importance of yagna in good old days. Now it is replaced by puja, which is much lighter and much smaller than what the yagnas used to be. So he was already old. He couldn't do 100 Sama Yagna, but his descendant, the name was Lakshman Bhatta. They were in Varanasi, and his wife was Ila Amma. They performed 100 Sama Yagna. And as usual, Krishna kept his promise, and Ila Amma conceived. This was 15th century India. So the Muslims were invaders, they were the rulers, they were brutal. Our impression of Muslim kings, especially when study about Akbar, was that they were saintly people. They were not saintly people. And they were huge suppressor. If somebody had seen the previous temples, what the Muslims did is that they went to all the temple and broke the nose of the deity. And once they break the nose of the deity, Hindus do not go to that temple to worship. And they destroyed 100 or so large temples in Khajuraho. And those temples were built 1,000 years ago. And they were in last 100 years dug out. And if we go and see it, they are amazing, amazing temples. If you have opportunity, don't miss it. You'll be surprised what was the human Indian art in those days. In any case, to escape from the Muslim invaders and kings who were brutal, the family decided to move south. That's where they were from. So on the way, Ila Amma had a premature delivery, and the baby was born. The baby wouldn't move. They all thought that it's a dead baby. They wrapped in the blanket, but they didn't have the strength to either bury or cremate the baby. So they left the baby under the tree, wrapped in a blanket, and they left. Night time, Lord Krishna again came into the dreams of the father, Lakshman Bhatta. And he said that, where are you? I'm waiting for you. You left me. So they ran back to the place where they left the baby under the tree. And when they reached there, the baby was kicking and alive, well, and surrounded by fire. Now remember, this is only 500 years old history. So this history is very well documented. So the parents named the baby Vallabha. Vallabha means beloved. This beloved Lord is born in our family. So that's how the name Vallabha. Vallabh grew up to be a very intelligent, a very smart boy, very sweet, very favorite of everybody. So much so that when he grew up, even the Muslim kings used to love him. And there was one Sikandar Lodi in a regional king in Muslim kingdom, and he was loved by him. In those days also, even though the Muslims were very rude and crude, they did invite the Hindus in their sabha. So he was an Advaita Vedantin. He finished his studies by the time he was 10 years old. And Advaita Vedanta is what we study. With this class, we are picking the variety of books and subjects. But in all other classes, we actually pick Advaita Vedantin book, and we start from first shloka to the last shloka. So Advaita Vedanta is completely different from Bhakti. Bhakti is Dvaita Vedanta. Dvaita Vedanta means Lord and us. We go to the Lord, we go to the temple or the temple in the house, and we pray to the Lord, and we behave that, Lord, you are the supreme. I am very little. I am your servant. I am not you. You are not me. I serve you and I bow down to you. This is what we do when we go to the temples. And whichever is the deity, it doesn't make any difference. Advaita Vedanta is a non-dual Vedanta. It means that when we study further and further, we study all the characteristics of Atman. Atman supports our life. And we study all the characteristics of Brahman. Brahman is the Supreme Lord. But Brahman, Atman are exactly identical. Both of them are described as Sat Chit Ananda. So there is no difference between me and the Lord. And when we say this, it sounds so arrogant, because we, as of now, are completely body conscious people. That we believe that I am this body. This is who I am. The ego is so predominant that I and me is the only way we describe ourselves. But when you go into the depth of spirituality, then we understand that I am not this body. Remember, I had a previous birth. I probably will have the next birth too. I might have hundreds of births in the past, but I continues. If I am a body, I would have been gone forever, a long time ago. But that's not true. We keep on taking the birth, and the Jivatma keeps on going from one body to another body, to another body, to another body. So I cannot be this body. I am something deeper than that. I'm something subtler than that. And that I is Atman in me. So that is Advaita Vedanta. But because the Muslims were destroying the temples, now people started thinking in a different terms. And Vallabhacharya, at his peak, he decided that I have to protect Hindus. I have to protect the people who believe in God. And I have to protect them in such a way that their Lord is not destroyed by the Muslim invaders. So they even used to go from house to house and destroy the murtis of gods. So Pushti Marg was started by Vallabhacharya. And the reason why he started Pushti Marg is that he wanted to protect the gods and Hinduism. Now in Pushti Marg, they believe in Bal Krishna, Krishna which is crawling. And that Krishna, because he is a baby, the Krishna wakes up in the morning, the baby wakes up in the morning, the mother gives him the snack or some food or milk, then the mother washes the body, then the child rests, then the child gets up again, then the child plays, then the child again rests, then the child have a lunch, then the child goes to sleep, then the child wakes up in the evening, then once again plays, and at the evening time, he eats for the last time and goes to sleep. This is what all children do. So in Pushti Marg, because they pray to Bal Krishna, there are 5 or 7 Naki in one day. I think it is 7. So 7 times God is awakened and 7 times God is put to sleep. And the last time it's at between 7 and 7:30 in the evening. And at that time, the God is put to sleep, change the clothes and put the sleeping clothes on, put the child to sleep, close the doors, put the God in the cabinet again, and then wait until the next morning when the Lord wakes up again. And you do the puja again. That is the Pushti Marg. Pushti means nourish. God nourishes us. And that God we pray to, we do the puja of. That is the Pushti Marg. And that was established by Vallabhacharya. And he did it, though he's an Advaitin. Now this is Dvaita. He knows that the difference between the two. But he established the express purpose of saving Hinduism and saving the Lord's Murti. This is what he did. So he took Jal Samadhi in Ganga at Banaras in 1531. These are all documents and stories because they're only 500 years old stories. So then what is the... So we talked about Nauta Bhakti. I think we mentioned once before in this class too, but there are 9 different ways we do bhakti of Lord. And what are those 9 popular ways? This has been described in Bhagavatam. And we all know this. This is described in Ramayana too.
And also
So Narad Bhakti Sutra also describes this. So 9 different ways of doing bhakti is well known in Hinduism. And these are the 9 different ways. What are they? Shravanam. What is Shravanam? We listen to the glories of the Lord. That is Shravanam. If somebody is singing, chanting, and we listen to, that is Shravanam too. We read the textbook, that is Shravanam too. Shravanam means absorbing the qualities of the Ishta Devata we believe in. Now, that can be any Ishta Devata, and all of them are identical. So this question people will ask you, what kind of religion you have? There are hundreds of Lord, and you don't know who to believe in. There are hundreds of books. And what book do you read? What kind of dharma, what kind of religion it is? Well, even though there are hundreds of Lords, through each one of the Lord, we only think of the Supreme Lord, and that is what we think through each one of the deity. And each one of the scripture describes the different ways that the people who know very little, they can understand. The people who are a little bit advanced students, they can understand. And the people who are very highly educated and spiritual, they can understand. So we have multiple books and multiple deity, but we have one Lord, one Supreme Lord, and that Supreme Lord is Brahman. Okay, Shravanam is knowing that. That is Shravanam. Kirtanam. When we sing bhajans, kirtan, that is singing the glory of the Lord, is another way of bowing to or doing the bhakti. Bhakti means love. Bhakti means love. So these are 9 different ways we love the Supreme. We love the Ishvara. So kirtan is singing the glories of the Lord. Smaranam. If you know some elderly people, they sometimes are always moving their lips. What do? They keep chanting the name of the Lord. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Krishna, Sharanam Mama. So all of these chanting continuously in our mind is called Smaranam. Pada Sevanam. Now, the puja or bowing to the feet or the dirt of the feet of the Lord is a very big thing in Hinduism. And we will once again talk about when we talk about Madhurashtakam. But that is another way of loving the Lord. Archanam. Archanam means the scriptures, the hymns, the depth of the knowledge of the God, we keep repeating. That is Archanam, with the help of the hymns of the Lord. Vandanam. Vandanam is bowing. We do it every single time. When we go to the temple, we bow to the Lord. That is Vandanam. Dasyam. We believe that Lord is so big and so vital and so divine that we must serve the Lord. That is Dasyam. Dasyam means serving the Lord. Sakhyam. You see, Mirabai was accused of having an affair because she openly, loudly used to talk to Lord Krishna, and the door is closed. And the Dasi outside thinks that she is having an affair talking to a man. That man was Lord Krishna. That is Sakhyam. She was a friend of the Lord. Sakhyam. And the last is Atmanivedanam. That means total surrender of ourselves to the Lord. That is Atmanivedanam. So these are the 9 different ways of doing the bhakti of the Lord. Let's talk a little bit more about Lord Krishna. Those who study Bhagavatam, they study a lot of details of Lord Krishna. And sometimes it's so amazing and we get confused. What is this Bhagavan? What is this Lord? Who am I praying? Why am I praying to this Lord? Since birth, he started killing the people. Remember in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna is now a grown-up man, actually Krishna was 90 years old when the war occurred, Mahabharat war occurred. Lord Krishna was 90 years old. So he was mature. And in the middle of the war, he sings Bhagavad Gita. And in that Bhagavad Gita, he says that, listen, I as a Brahman, I as a Supreme Lord, not I as a Krishna, I as a Supreme Lord, promise to the mankind that every single time when a dharma comes into this society, that people are not following the rules established by Sanatan Dharma, and people misbehave, and people hurt Brahmins. Now, Brahmins means the people who have the knowledge of the religion and spirituality. They are the Brahmins. So the educated, learned people are being tortured by the evil in the society. I promise I will take the birth again and again and again and again to do 2 things. One thing is to destroy adharmic people. If I can convert them and make them dharmic, it's perfectly fine. If I cannot convert them and make them dharmic, I will kill them. I will destroy them. That is to keep the peace in the society. And that is my promise, because I'm creating this universe. I'm creating this world, and this world must be peaceful. And it is my promise to you, this is what God says, is to take care of you. And to take care of you, if I have to do this, I am ready to do this. And I am ready to take the birth again and again and again. This is what he did. So from the birth itself, Krishna started killing a lot of different Asuras. Asuras, they're evil people. They are the demons. And we know so many stories which is described in Bhagavatam in such a good details that every single asura is described in detail, and it is tens of slokas before that topic is finished. So there is a whole list of asuras. It started with Putana. Putna was a asura, was a demon, was a rakshas, but she took the form of a beautiful lady, and she came to Yashoda Mata and asked her that I love this boy so much. Can I please breastfeed for a little time? And she agreed, and she had poison on her body, and she took the baby. So instead of dying, Krishna knew this is what is happening. He sucked the life out of the breast of Putana. And when she actually died, she became a huge Rakshas, because now she is no more a different form which she herself created for herself. And the original form was a massive Rakshas. That's what happened. And actually people had to cremate her, and a beautiful fragrance came out from her cremation. That means that Lord forgave her and gave her the freedom, liberation. So the killing of the Rakshasa began when he was a little baby. And then there was another story of Trinavarta Rakshas, another story of Bakasura, another story of Aghasura, another story of Vatsasura, another story of Tenkasura. There are some 20 different such beautiful long stories. Now, why are those stories written? There are two basic questions comes up. And every one of us, all of you, are going to face this question. And somebody is going to ask you somewhere along the line, is it true? Is it true that there was Krishna? Is it true that there was Ram? Or this is all nonsense? This is what the people are arguing. The Muslims are accusing Indians in India that you want to destroy masjid. And we know that 1500 years ago, approximately, our Lord was born and he was a messenger. But you have no proof that Krishna was born. You have no proof that Rama was born. There is no such thing as religion thousands of years ago. Well, two clear answers. One, yes, Krishna was born. Two, yes, Rama was born. The time is not absolutely accurately correct. All the events are not absolutely accurately correct. But yes, they were there. Yes, they were pious. Yes, they were gods. Yes, they were incarnations, but at a different time. So if you have watched the movie Gandhi, that movie showed everything about the life of Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, but there was a dramatization. So when Ved Vyas wrote approximately between 3,000 and 5,000 years ago, Vedas, it was so difficult, people couldn't understand. Even the Brahmins and learned people couldn't understand. So he was advised by Narada that, yes, you wrote 108 Upanishads, 4 Vedas, tremendous theoretical knowledge. You gave it to the people in India. That's not enough. What is missing is the love. Without love, people cannot digest, people cannot understand. 99% of the people only understand love. And there is no love in your writing. What you wrote is truth, and Vedas are truth. Then he decided he will write 18 Puranas. So Puranas in Sanskrit is called Sambhav Shastra. That means the possibilities. That means that, yes, this is our way of telling the history of India. And he wrote Mahabharata. He wrote Bhagavatam. So he projected the life of Krishna in a way that people can understand. And then introduction of bhakti. So he described the life of Krishna. So you fall in love with Krishna. That was the purpose. That's why it is what was there plus what it can be. So the combination of the two is called Puranas. This is Purana. So it is not untrue. It is not false. It is just there is an included in it dramatization. And it was necessary to teach the people of India, one, bhakti, and two, all the rules which are there in the Vedas, he incorporated into Puranas. So he taught the people what Vedas have to teach. But he told in a story of a war of Mahabharata. And there is a Bhagavad Gita, he put it in it. So it is all true. And don't believe the people for a second that these are stories. This is not. This is truth. At the same time, it has been changed because we wanted to tell the story of our country in our way, that what we knew for thousands of years, you guys found out only 3,000 years ago, between 3,000 and 4,000 years ago. So most of the rest of the religions came into the picture only between 3,000 and 4,000 years ago. And some of them are as young as 1,500 years ago. Jesus Christ, 2,000 years ago. Muhammad, 1,500 years ago. Judaism was little more than 3,000 years ago. But our literature is thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. And Lord Krishna says that, no, that's not true. I taught you when the first man was born on earth. So infinite old scriptures and literature. In any case, so don't be fooled, don't be suppressed by the people who ask you difficult questions just to confuse us or just to pull our leg. All right. So the first sloka, don't worry, we have two classes. So this one, and there is another class after 1 week. So we will be able to finish Madhurashtakam. It's very interesting. It is very loving. It's very beautiful. It is very musical. Adharam Madhuram. What is Adharam? Adharam is lips. What is Madhuram? Let's talk about what is Madhuram. I will tell you a little bit story about Madhuram. So we have experiences in our life that something which we see with our eyes makes us very happy. Let's say if we watch some beautiful video, we become very happy. If we watch sunset, we become very happy. Makes us happy, pleasant, changes our mood. So there are lots of things in life we see and we become very, very happy. There are lots of things we hear and it changes our day. Like sometimes just the sound of the air moving through the leaves, or when we are walking on the beach and it was late evening, you cannot see the waves, but you can see the sound of the water and it makes us happy. So the birds chirping, makes us happy. So there are many, many different ways we become happy. All our 5 indriyas make us happy. Our vision makes us happy when we watch something very beautiful. Our hearing makes us happy. When we hear classical music, a beautiful, quiet place and a nice, slow music going on, it makes us very, very happy. When we touch something flowery, soft things, we become happy. When we put some nice food in the mouth, it makes us happy. When we have a little fragrance, the roses used to smell so beautiful in India. For some reason, the roses are not smelling that good in America. But all those things make us very happy. Sometimes we just sit down and we have the thoughts, just the ideas. We think about vacation, we think about Atman, we think about ourselves, we think about the past, we think about what happened in our life. The first baby is born and it kind of makes us so happy. Some of the statements we read in the newspaper, we read it in the magazines, we read it in the novel, and reading those things makes us happy. Nowadays, lots of WhatsApp. When I wake up in the morning, there are 50, 60, 70 WhatsApp. And some of them are right, and some of them are interesting, and some of them are something which is worth knowing and makes us very happy. The magazine, some of the articles we'll read, we become very, very happy. A nice book makes us very happy. Somebody's talk makes us very happy. Learning some new technique makes us very happy. We can make something with our hands. My mother-in-law is 91 years old now, but she can make a sweater for you. And when you look at it, when you wear it, you feel very happy. Oh my God, look at this. A 90-year-old woman made it for me. So there are lots of things happens in life, makes us very happy. You see a 1-month-old child giggling and moving, and then you just look at it. A 1-year-old barely can walk, and you watch such an innocent child, and makes you very, very happy, isn't it? It happens in everybody's life. All of those is described in Sanskrit with one word, Madhuram. Madhu. Madhu is not just honey, but Madhu is all situations in which we are delighted, we are happy, we are uplifted, we are attracted, we are pleased, we have joy, and all the situations can be described in with one word, Madhu. And that is this Madhu. And all throughout the 8 slokas, Vallabhacharya put Madhuram, 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 Madhuram. He kept on repeating. And all it is the description of Lord Krishna. Sometimes it's his body, sometimes it's his action, sometimes it is his character, sometimes what is his gait. For different things, he used the word Madhuram. So that sweetness, that thing which makes us happy, and that is all about Lord Krishna. Now, let me tell you how the hymns are written. The hymns are written in 2 different ways. One, it describes the physical body of the Lord. So if you see the hymns written on Ganesha, it will describe Ganesha. Krishna, it will describe Krishna. Shiva, it will sometimes describe Shiva Linga, sometimes it describes Shiva's body, and the whole hymn is written. And sometimes the qualities of the Ishvara, the qualities of the Lord is described, and that comes in the hymns. So it's either the physical body or the qualities of Lord is included in it. So this is the way this particular one happens to be describing Lord Krishna, his physical body, plus off and on the quality will come in. But combination of the 2 is Madhurashtakam. Ashtakam means 8. 8 slokas is Ashtakam. Madhu is sweet. The sweetness of Lord Krishna described in 8 slokas is Madhurashtakam. Now, if we know the meaning, we can sing well, we can understand well, we can digest well. Some of the words we know, they are very, very simple words. Some of the words are not easy words, and it has a different meaning also. So let's go through all of them. Adharam madhuram, vadanam madhuram, nayanam madhuram, hasitam madhuram. Adharam, lips. Lips are sweet. Bhagwan's lips are sweet. Bhagwan's face is sweet. Bhagwan's eyes are sweet. Bhagwan's smile is sweet. Now, remember, even though a simple meaning is eyes are sweet, okay, end of the story. The face is, yeah, good looking face, attractive. Okay, that's the end of it. No, well, that's really not the end of it. It also has a deeper meaning, that the virtues and the character of Bhagavan is much, much higher. So the face represents, the eyes represents the virtues of the Lord, the character of the Lord. He doesn't need ornaments. His ornaments is his beauty, and the beauty is nothing but wisdom of Lord Krishna. It's very simple. So yes, his eyes are beautiful and his lips are beautiful, but there is a deeper meaning, which is the character, that the character behind it is very, very beautiful. So the quality of a good person is not only a successful, perfect person becomes perfect with a very hard work, unknowledgeable, but he is perfect only if he respects imperfection of other people. That is the meaning of perfection, that you must respect the imperfection of person lesser than you. That is the quality you must have. If not, it is a pure and simple arrogance. So more and more knowledgeable people should be more and more calm, serene, respecting other people, not criticizing, not critical of other people, not contemptuous of the other people, not insulting other people. That's the way Lord Krishna was. And that's why he was a wise person. That wiseness came from his virtues. So everything about the Lord is sweet. Adharam madhuram, that his lips are sweet. His smile is sweet. His smile is so good. And Bhagavan smiles all the time. Even when we were watching the serial which they made about Lord Krishna and Mahabharata, the character is never upset. Character of Krishna is never upset. He's always smiling. Even when he says something difficult, he's always smiling. Even if something disastrous occurs, he's always smiling. That was the real character of Lord Krishna. That no matter how big the disaster is, it is not a disaster. It is something we deserve. It is something, the law of karma. It is something which must happen to us, but keep smiling, keep moving forward. That's why his smile is a non-stop all the time. And when he smiles, we smile. When we smile, he smiles more, because now he understands that, hey, listen, because of me, other people are smiling. We can try that too in our life, that when we smile, the other people are happy. We can make other people happy. And when we see them very happy, we should feel happy that, see, I made him happy. Not by a vulgar joke, but by our sincerity, by praising other people, by respecting other people. And we understand not everybody is equal and not everybody is smart. Doesn't matter. That's okay. It doesn't make any difference. Vadanam madhuram. What is vadanam? Is that we can see that Vadanam, the face, the whole face of the Lord. And that is beautiful. See, there was a little story of, there was one big saint we had, and we even mention off and on, Ramanuja Acharya. He met one man and he described his own wife, not Ramanuja's wife, the other man's wife. And he says, oh, my wife is so good. My wife is so brilliant and whatever. He said, you really want to see some beautiful face you have never seen before in your life? I'm not talking about your wife, but I know one. So he was going to the temple. The other guy followed him. And when he went to the temple, he looked at the face of Lord Krishna and the eyes of Lord Krishna and the jewelry, the brilliance, the decoration, the flowers, everything around the murti of Lord Krishna. He fell in love and he became ardent bhakta of Lord Krishna. That is his face, that is his lips, that is his eyes, that is his face. Vadanam Madhuram. His face is that beautiful, that you can fall in love with the face of Lord Krishna. And no matter what murti we see, and you're going to see at least 8 slokas, so 8 different pictures of Lord Krishna between today and the next Friday. And each one of the picture of Lord Krishna is beautiful. So we just fall in love with him. That is Lord Krishna. So Adaram Madhuram, Vadanam Madhuram, Nayanam Madhuram. Nayan is the eyes, we know that. That's simple. Nayanam Madhuram. Now, eyes have some peculiarity. We look at other people's eye, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, that, whatever. We can see the love in the eyes. We can see the compassion in the eyes. We can see the anger in eye. We can see the frustrations in eye. But Lord's eye, we can always see it radiates love and compassion, caring for all of us. That is his quality. That nayanam, that word comes from a root called ni, N-I. That ni means that to lead. So the eyes lead us into knowing how the other person is all about. That's how the name Nayana came. It leads us to understand what the other person is thinking. So his hasitam madhuram, his smile, his laughter is very sweet. Well, laughter is very good. We all should be smiling and laughing at all times. It is contagious. When we are happy, other people are happy. So try to be happy at all time. And Lord's smile and Lord's laughter was very captivating. We surrender to him because of his laughter. Hradayam Madhuram. Hradaya is large-heartedness, not that his physical heart, but his large-heartedness. He can accommodate the poorest, the richest, the strongest, the weakest, the intelligent, the less intelligent. He can accommodate anybody and everybody. That is his large-heartedness. And that is the nature of Lord Krishna. Hradayam Madhuram, Gamanam Madhuram. Gamanam Madhuram, his gait, his walk, the way he walks around is very sweet. When he was very little, he used to wear that anklet with the bells. So when he walked, that sound comes and everybody listens to that sound and gets lost in the thoughts of Lord Krishna. That Gamanam is Madhuram. His walk was so soft and nice that eyes not working or bandaged. Even then, when Lord Krishna is walking and coming to them, they know these are the steps of Lord Krishna. It is that soft. It is that beautiful. It is something which people would like to watch. And when he was little, the sound of the gugri or that bells on his anklets made him very popular. And his walk was a very popular walk. Madhuradipate Rakilam Madhuram. Madhuradipate is the Lord of sweetness. The Lord of the sweetness is the Lord, Ishvara, that Lord Krishna. Is the ocean of sweetness. And we can imagine how much is the ocean of sweetness which comes and how much sweetness can come out from it. So the Lord of the sweetness, everything he does is nothing but madhuram. It is sweet, it is blissful, it makes us happy, it makes everybody happy. And it is exact 1 hour. If you have questions, don't worry, we will finish this whole thing next time. And we have plenty of time because now we don't have to talk about the other things we talked about today. So we will finish Madhurashtakam next time. Now, if we do not finish Madhurashtakam, then I don't mind extending a few more minutes, but we will be able to finish in next session. If we finish early, then I like to talk a little bit about dharma, a little bit about religion, a little bit about spirituality, because I think most people are not clear about the difference between Hindu religion and Advaita Vedanta, or what Vedas teach. There is a gap between the two. One is dharma or religion, the other is spirituality. It is designed to keep us blissful, happy. And these two, we combine in Hinduism, put them together. So all our rules in Hinduism are based on our spirituality, and that come down in every single thing that we do in Hinduism. So they are so intermingled with each other that we sometimes get confused that the both are the same. Well, they're really not the same, but we purposely mingled it because we want to be happy. So Hinduism is a great mixture of the both of them. And some people say that, no, it is not a religion. It is just a philosophy. Well, no, Hinduism is both the religion and the philosophy. And the difference, there is a difference between the two. If we have time next time, we will discuss that also. But we will be able to do it next time. So 1 week later. But right now, if there are questions, please go ahead, ask.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जतिन भाई. Anybody has a question? मेरा ऐसा विश्वास है जतिन भाई कि प्रेम और भक्ति, you know, दो क्या बोलते हैं उसको, साथ साथ जाते हैं. भक्ति है तो प्रेम है, प्रेम है तो भक्ति है. उसके बिना भगवान को आप पा ही नहीं सकते. और
okay, so there is a little bit I will add into it. Yes, bhakti is love, prem. I agree 100%. But bhakti does one more thing. It makes us able to concentrate in the things that we do. So Karma Yoga gives us purity, the purity of the mind. And Bhakti Yoga gives us the way to concentrate in our work. So both of them are necessary to meditate. So these two are first and second steps of spirituality. We shouldn't, it doesn't serve much purpose meditating without doing Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. So that's the strength of Bhakti Yoga. Upasana.
बिल्कुल. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ठीक है। तो लगता नहीं किसी के पास कोई क्वेश्चन है, तो अब मैं चंद्र जी से फिर प्रार्थना करूंगा कि समाप्ति करें।
Sure. Thank you. Hari Om.
हरिओम सत्यम भाई।
और अगले हफ्ते फिर प्लीज ज्वाइन अगेन because Jatin bhai will be back and he will be finishing. We will be talking about Madhurashtakam again, and we'll have him back again to talk about spirituality and religion. And he did talk about that last year as well, one time, but I think it's worth repeating.
That's right, Bhavna ji.
भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ द्यौः शान्ति अन्तरिक्षं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्ति वनस्पतयः शान्ति विश्वे देवा शांति ब्रह्म शांति सर्वगम शांति शांति रेव शांति सामा शांति रेव
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःख भाग् भवेत्। आप सब तन मन धन से सुखी रहें, यही भगवान के माँ के चरण कमलों में मेरी प्रार्थना है, और ऐसे मंदिर की सेवा करते रहें। माधुरी जी, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और इतने सुबह आपको उठाया हमने, और but it was a real pleasure to meet you.
Madhurya ji, you're muted.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know about that. Thank you so much for having me here. It was really a pleasure, and I enjoyed this morning session. I think spirituality is the ultimate source of peace, ultimate source of attaining the actual purpose of life. So thank you so much for inviting me here, and I just had a blissful time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We hope that you'll join us again, and that you'll be a regular now with us whenever possible. We'd love to have you back again, and maybe have one of our programs devoted to hearing more about you and your work and your journey in getting to know and attain spirituality. And so we'll definitely be in touch. Thank you so much.
Shri Radhe.
Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe.
I just want to remind everybody that on March 1st, we have Mahashivratri, and that will be in person at Royal Palace. And we have a very special performance, Shiv Tandav, that is going to be performed by our own Nalini Rauji. So please do put it on your calendar and plan to join us. And our Yuva Gurukul kids will also be chanting Mahamrityunjaya mantra. So please do come and join us on that day.
Beautiful. So इसी के साथ शुभ रात्रि, शुभ रात्रि, शुभ रात्रि. Enjoy your weekend.
Yes.
बोलिए इलाबेन.
नहीं, good night सबको. Good night.
Good night. Have a nice weekend, and yeah, stay warm.
And a nice football.
Yeah.
ये भावना जी, आप कहाँ है? आपका तो हेयर बड़ा ये रहा हो रहा है कि पंखा है या
नहीं, वो बैकग्राउंड, मैंने वो बैकग्राउंड लगाया हुआ है ना, इसलिए मेरे बाल उसमें वो छिप जाते हैं. और वैसे भी
अच्छा, मुझे तो
बुढ़ापे में मेरे भी बाल कम हो रहे हैं. तो
वैसे तो अब सबका हो रहा है. मैंने तो सोचा इतनी ठंडी में कहाँ खड़ी है, मुझे तो ये देख के ठंड चढ़ गई.
नहीं, मैं घर पे ही बैठी हूँ.
ऐसे लगता है.
अब रिटायर हो गई तो कभी कभी भूल जाती हूँ कि भाई बाल धोने हैं, तो थोड़े वो चिप हो जाते हैं.
अभी हो जाता है,
आलस आ जाता है कभी.
Welcome to the world of retirement, Bhavna ji.
Yes, I'm enjoying it and enjoying the relaxation. So yes.
Yeah, we really enjoyed being here. Madhurya ji, आपके साथ बहुत अच्छा लगा. बहुत, आप वैसा नाम है वैसे ही स्वीट है. आप बहुत अच्छी है, बहुत अच्छा है.
मुझे तो उनमें मीरा जी नजर आती हैं.
बिल्कुल.
हाँ,
बिल्कुल.
सच बात है, बिल्कुल सच है.
नहीं.
नमस्ते जी.
नहीं. जी. श्री राधे.
श्री राधे.
Okay. Good night, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend and stay warm.
Good night. Thank you.
तो मंगलवार को मिलेंगे.
हाँ जी.